pick. Wizards have the number 2. Rockets number 3. Spurs have number 4. Also, I think Spurs has 2.
8.
What
4 and 8.
4 and 8. Also, the Blazers have 7 and 14. So I mean, this draft class, they're saying this is the weakest draft class. I mean, in a couple of years, and you can already tell. I mean, the fact that it's been so weak that we had to talk about the WNBA and the girls basketball. You can tell it's not that good. And the only person you can really name out of the whole draft, pretty much, the only person you can name in the whole draft that you actually probably know of is Bronny James, and he was trash. And I'm pretty sure you probably didn't only watch one game or no games.
Yeah, that what's that French dude, Isaac?
Oh, Alex Carr, the Scar dude.
Yes.
Yeah, he's nice. He's like a 7-1 Wemby. Yeah, he is. He's projected.
He seems a lot more proportionate. I think he would be a great fit with Wemby. But he's probably going to go number 1. Spurs have him at 4. Now, comment down below if you believe that the Spurs should get like a solid pick. They're rumored to get that dude from Yukon. What's his name? Cullen? That center from Yukon. That's like 7 foot.
Oh, John Collins?
Collins or something?
Yeah, he used to play for the Atlanta Hawks, and now he's on the...
No. They're to draft. He's from Yukon. That white dude. He's a white dude that we watched in the draft video that he played at Yukon.
Oh, the tall dude, the one, the center?
Yeah. The Spurs could get him in the projected draft.
You
that
think
he might go 4th.
Yeah, that'd be trash. Why'd you get a tall center? You got
the French dude's going number 1, so he's not going to be there for the Spurs to draft at 4. But they're saying that to get someone. A lot of people think that Wemby's too skinny to play the 5. That he's better to be like a stretch 4 and actually have a real center. And this dude's a little beefier 7-1 dude that played real good defense at Yukon.
True. I mean, I feel like you did play real good defense at Yukon, but I feel like the Spurs.
And I don't really watch college basketball that much. I check out March Madness, some of the games, but I'm honestly not like a huge college basketball fan. But we do love the pros over here.
But with the whole, with the Spurs, I feel like they need to get a point guard because you already got the centers. You already loaded on the 4s. You need somebody to distribute the ball. You got rid of DeJounte Murray.
Was that maybe with the 8th pick that they were going to get that Collins dude? Because I think that the Spurs were also going to be rumored to get that 1 point.
Yeah, yep. The one I forget. Yep, they might get him, but Alex Carr, the center you're talking about, the 7-1 center. You talk about
what's the Collins dude name?
What from Yukon?
Yeah,
Stefan Castle.
No, let me see.
Who you talking about? Which one? But they got so also in the draft, they got Bronny James.
Cullen. Sorry, guys. Klingon. Sorry. Okay. Donovan Klingon from Yukon. He's a 7'2", 280-pound center.
True. He sound nice. Also, they got Bronny James. Bronny James is going to be going to the NBA.
Yeah, the Spurs are rumored to get Rob Dillingham, a point guard that's 6'3", 176 pounds from the UK, France.
I can see that happen. They are good with the Euro. They always drafting the Euros.
Oh, not France, from the UK. Sorry, he's a freshman. He played over there.
They trying to rebuild the whole Spurs dynasty. I can see it happen with a whole bunch of overseas players.
Yeah, they say Klingon can go 7 or 8. But I don't know. I think the Spurs definitely need a point, so I'm good with Dillingham at the point. And then, I don't know. Maybe get another center. Get some twin tower action. Go ahead and get Klingon. They can both shoot, so they could have a 5 out even.
True.
Or should they take the draft picks, package them together, and trade it with maybe 1 or 2 of their other players, or they could keep the 4th pick, maybe, and still get that point guard, but trade like the 8th pick and Johnson or somebody and get a player that's like right now, because like it's rumored that Brandon Ingram is going to be out at one of New Orleans, and what if they got like Brandon Ingram in a trade with like an 8th pick and one of the Spurs players, like maybe let them pick who they want besides Wemby, any of the other guys, and then they could get.
Or I could see them trading the draft pick away to get Trae Young. To get Trae Young on the Spurs.
Yeah.
I can see them doing that. And then also Atlanta have pick number 1, and then
what if they use the 4th pick to get Trae Young from Atlanta and then use the 8th pick and a player to get Brandon Ingram.
I can
And
see
you
that.
got Trae Young, Brandon Ingram, and Wemby on one team.
Yeah, I mean, this whole draft class, I can see a lot of people getting picked up, and they're just gonna be holding them, developing them to be
But
a lot better.
that Alex Sarr is pretty good. We watched him. He can.
He can start right away.
Yeah, he could shoot threes.
And also, he's better than what's the center for Atlanta Hawks right now? Capella.
Yeah, Clint Capella.
Clint Capella, because you already know as soon as the playoffs start, they just pack the paint. Like Clint Capella can't do anything, can't shoot. This guy right here, Scar, he can at least shoot the ball.
Oh, that Nikola Topic, they said might go 3 to Houston.
Mm-hmm.
He's like that Serbian point guard.
He's
Remember
nice.
but he's 6'6", so he's actually kind of big.
I can see that.
The Yukon freshman that's going number 2 is also 6'6", Stephen Castle. So yeah, Washington's not going to do anything, so it'll still be trash. Yeah, and then that's all I really know about the other guys. They say it's a weak draft class, but let me get us out of the way. We want to shine a light on Bronny. Bronny actually killed it at the NBA Combine. Bronny James just crushed the 3-point star shooting drill at the NBA Draft Combine. 19 out of 25 he made, which was good enough for second place. So out of everyone that did the NBA Draft Combine, Bronny got number 2 overall in 3-point shooting. So shout out Bronny. He definitely looks like a marksman. And I think that they said, like, without his shoes, he's like 6'1 and a half. So, he's probably like 6'2, 6'3-ish with shoes, depending on what shoes. If he's wearing his dad's Air Maxes, he's probably 6'3. But I think Bronny's actually going to be good. I think that, he maybe underperformed a little bit, but he really had complications with his health. And so, he really didn't get to have, he was coming off of that and then jumping into the season. So I don't think he was fully healthy or got his wind all the way back to kind of have a season that he really wanted. I was saying that, I think that Bronny didn't think that he had the season that he wanted at USC because, was it heart surgery he had?
Yeah, he had heart surgery, and also
that's hard to. You get your chest cracked open. That's hard to deal with, man. It's like happened to Shaq's son too, which is unfortunate. Sharif O'Neal, and he's actually making a name for himself in the G League, and that definitely can set you back having a major surgery or health issues like that. So, and he looks like he's extremely healthy. He came in number 2 in the draft combine for 3-point line, but they were showing him on the agility test and the other testing, and he looked phenomenal. So I think he can definitely not a first-round pick, but if any NBA team was smart, whoever has like the earliest pick in the second round, maybe the first pick in the second round, could draft Bronny and see if they can entice to get maybe major assets or way above asking price for Bronny in a trade, or actually get LeBron to leave the Lakers and join their team.
True, and another one of the reasons why Bronny didn't score that, didn't drop that many points is because he had the heart condition, so he missed a couple games, and also USC already had a star. They just signed a star freshman Isaiah Collier, who's actually projected to go number 10 in the draft. He's a point guard, 6'5". So they're labeling him as 6'5". I heard they're labeling Bronny James at 6'3", but he's really 6'1".
I went over that. I said that he's like without shoes. Back on screen.
Without shoes, like 6'1".
6'1 and a half.
So
with shoes he would be like 6'2", and I said if he was wearing his dad's Air Max he'd be 6'3".
Horrible. So basically he'll be guarding people like Dame Lillard, but he won't be starting, so he'll be guarding the backup people.
Well, the thing is people question Bronny's handling ability. If he is a good enough ball handler to run the point, or is he really like one of those guys that are like a 2 in a 1's body, like a Jamal Crawford? Jamal Crawford actually had some size.
You talk about Gary Payton II?
Yeah, is he gonna be able to, since he's so good at defense, guard guys that are like up to 6'5"?
He may be good
it's only 3 inches taller than you.
True.
But, some people like Gary Payton II make it look easy. And people like Josh Hart that constantly go against people 2, 3, 4, 5 inches taller than them and out-rebound them and out-hustle them shows it can be done. And if Bronny can show that he has the type of heart that maybe being an undersized shooting guard is no problem because he has the physicality. And if he can knock down the 3-point shooting, especially being in the corner and knowing when to cut and maybe catch alley-oops, because, he showed he had a 40-inch plus vertical, which was also one of the top verticals at this year's combine. So he's showing he has all the parts of the athleticism and the marksmanship. But we'll see who's gonna, actually pull the trigger.
He doesn't have that dog in him. I think that's the problem. He doesn't
came
have
off of a heart surgery, man.
He doesn't
can
have
take it easy.
He doesn't have that dog in him because I feel like honestly,
he has more of the dog in him than his dad.
He could have went to the transfer portal, went to a DePaul or went to some school.
Should have went to Harvard.
Horrible. Somewhere like that. Somewhere, any school that would let him be the star player, because the problem was USC, he wasn't the star player. He should have went to the school.
Well, he had heart surgery, so he came off the bench. He wasn't even getting started.
Even if he didn't have heart surgery, he wasn't going to start over the dude.
Deceptions, lies.
The dude was like
deceptions.
The dude was like ranked number 1, number 2.
You know what else was ranked?
Calm down. So with this whole situation, a lot of people were saying, "Oh, what if this is the only? What if somebody else drafts Bronny James and holds him for ransom? And you gotta get LeBron James."
If you're a GM and you want some free advice, if you have a late first-round pick, go ahead and be that jerk and draft Bronny James and waste that pick.
And draft in Chicago.
Because Bronny actually has some upside. So at the end of the day, you might still get a decent player. And there's a lot of guys that are bust in the first round anyway. So
true.
You're not really not that bad of a thing. And then if he actually pans out, that would be great. But you could get his dad to join the team. Or like I said before, you can hold him ransom and get way above asking price for the Lakers to trade you either a player or an asset or more draft picks, because they want to keep LeBron there, and they have to get Bronny's draft rights.
Or what they can do is they can just send him to the G League, and they can just make him the star of the whole G League show. And then
the
they can
NBA make him the face of the G League.
Make him the face of the G League. Show him dunking, doing all.
What if LeBron asked for the Lakers to send him down to the G League so he could play with his son?
So he can coach his son. He can go to all.
Play with his son.
She's not gonna play. She's not gonna play in the G League games.
You couldn't make the league, but I came down to you.
He's gonna help. He's probably gonna coach him like how Dwayne Wade's doing in Utah Jazz, and he brought his son over, and then he put his son in the G League. That's what Dwayne.
I think the Lakers should either trade or you can use money to get draft picks. You can even use, a lot of people just do money straight up for second round draft picks. So see if you could get like a top 5 second round draft pick. And get Bronny right there and just get it done.
True, but you already know the Lakers don't draft. They don't care. LeBron James doesn't care about drafting in the first round.
They already fired their coach.
He wants people that
LeBron gets more coaches fired than anything. I don't know. It's like the coach is like, it's the happiest day because you're like, oh, I get to coach LeBron and have all these TV games. Mm-hmm. But then it's also like, if I don't do what LeBron says, he's literally going to try to get me fired tomorrow. Remember when he got David Blatt fired like 2 weeks into a season because he's like, I hate David Blatt.
He wasn't good enough.
He's like, give me Tyronn.
Exactly. But with this, if he did get signed to the Lakers, I can see JJ Redick helping him with a shot, because JJ Redick, that would be the best person.
Oh, they're gonna sign JJ Redick?
You think so, as the head coach?
As the head coach, and then he could be a shooting coach, and he already knows LeBron from the podcast.
True. that's the reason. A lot of people are saying that's the reason why they have the podcast, is because of the whole JJ Redick is rumored to be the next Lakers head coach, or he is a prospect. But you never know. With the whole NBA, how it's going, you really don't want to be on teams like Phoenix or teams like the Lakers, because it's really, if you don't do good the first year and a half, you're out of there. And end up like Steve Nash with the Nets, Brooklyn Nets.
Steve Nash.
Well, he was the coach.
Oh yeah, that was so bad. I tried to block it out of my memory because I love my boy Steve. You're my boy, Steve.
He stole it. He stole the MVP.
You're my boy. We love you.
That's good. Speaking of the MVP, man, that's gonna bring up
the real Phoenix Suns, not these phony jabronis now.
That's all right. That's gonna bring up the next topic right here. We moving on to
Bronny is with us right now, and Jonathan, now that Bronny James has been medically cleared to play in the NBA, what are his NBA prospects?
Look at that vertical.
Amina, this is a huge week here in Chicago for Bronny James. The entire league is here to see how he's going to perform in the drills and then in the scrimmages. did not have the freshman year that he was hoping, in large part due to the cardiac arrest. And now he has the opportunity to show NBA teams that there's a different side to his game, that he can be that 3-and-D off guard that a lot of teams are looking for, gather some valuable feedback, and hopefully help himself here in Chicago. Great news for Bronny James to be cleared to play in the NBA.
So he declared for the NBA draft on April 5th, but has until May 29th to decide whether or not he's going to go play in the NBA or go back.
Ooh, sweet. I mean, he can shoot.
We're going to give you some 3-and-D.
I mean, honestly, it may not be a bad idea because, I mean, they did say, a lot of people do say playing in college doesn't really translate all the way to the NBA because you don't really, everybody plays the same defense. They play zone defense in college basketball. They don't really.
What's tough is in college that they limit the transition game.
Yeah.
So if you're a super athlete, which in the NBA everyone likes to play because there's a bigger court, it's sometimes hard to shine. And you hear a lot of NBA pros say that they like the NBA better because you have more space. And more guys can shoot, so you have more space on the court because they'll, taking their defender to the 3-point line, leaving the lane open. So a lot of people say it's easier.